I move in the lobby.
Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us for a little NBA basketball. Wednesday in the NBA. It'll be Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. And now let's get to the city of brotherly love. My brother Kevin Harlan's got the tip.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Los Angeles Clippers come in for this one. We're inside the Wells Fargo Center, live from Philadelphia. It's the 76ers. With Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you the NBA live on 2K Sports, along with Doris Burke, who will be joining us courtside moments from now. And the Clippers starting five. Ron Butler, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, their front line. It's Chris Paul and Chauncey Billups at the 1 and the 2. And for Philadelphia, we've got Richardson, Young out there with Andrew Bynum. Then it's Holiday, and it's Turner in at the small forward.
Well, the 76ers didn't really make any drastic changes heading into last year, preferring to just let their core grow. And I thought that worked for the most part. You know, they really played well early in the season, but it was kind of disconcerting to see them fade the way they did late in the year.
Now here's Paul. Outside Griffin. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, and Chris Paul gets the 3. Paul's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Clippers. Still, though, you know, a lot of teams faded toward the end, Steve, don't you think? And if you're the 76ers, you have to be pleased with, Clark, how that core grew as they approach the end of the season.
Yeah, they know that they can have stretches where they can really compete with anybody in the East without really having to bring anybody in. The next step for them is to be able to maintain that level of play for the whole season and continue to get growth from their young players.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Butler, and another 3 for the Clippers. Here's Holiday. And now to Doris Burke, who spoke with Vinny Delnick. Doris?
They'll be facing one of the towering post presences of the game in Andrew Bynum. Coach said, you know he's getting so much more aggressive looking for his shot inside. He can finish right over the top of you. As with any big guy like him, it starts with getting a low base and trying to keep him out as far as you can. Then offensively, you've got to be ready to drop it off when he rotates to block the shot. Guys will see if they can make the right adjustments.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Paul. After Drew Holiday's score, Paul kicks to Griffin. Pass to Jordan. Young with the steal. 3 on 3. Holiday with it. Chris Paul covering. Richardson the pass to Turner. He dishes it to Holiday. Feeds it to Turner. Turner gets this screen from Bynum. Shot clock at 6. Gets it to go. Bynum's got his first 2 points of the night. Here now the Clippers. Billups dishes to Paul. Outside Griffin. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Butler. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
And you know, guys, Caron Butler was a solid addition to the Clippers last year. He signed a 3-year deal, which was surprising given that he was coming off major knee surgery. But he gave the Clippers the outside shooting small forward that they needed.
Now here's Paul. Takes the 3, and another 3 for the Clippers. There's 1:54 left to play here in the first. And you mentioned Butler's outside shooting, Steve, important for the Clippers to be able to spread the floor with Paul and guard Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Butler actually spaces the defense out and keeps them honest. Paul is their pick and roll operator, and obviously Griffin gets it done in the paint.
Here's Butler after the Sixers pick up 2. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Billups, here we go. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Turner. And it's blocked by Jordan. Griffin against Holiday. For the three. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
You know, it's been interesting to see how Chauncey Billups' career has changed as he's grown. Early on, he was known more as an offensive point guard, and then he became a playmaker for the Pistons during that championship season in that era. And now he's really become a spot-up shooter and a dead-eye marksman for his club.
And that's not to say that he can't do anything else, but he has really stepped up his shooting from deep. Not a lot of guards can go from carrying the ball handling duties to being a catch-and-shoot guy, but Chauncey has made the transition quite smoothly.
That shot's good from Hawes.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
Odom with it. Crawford outside. Crawford right side. He kicks to Turioff. Paul outside. Paul left side. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Crawford. Crawford against Young. And Holiday kicks to right. He feeds it to Young. Over Crawford. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 7.
The Clippers.
Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
The 76ers trail by 7.
Well, you think about what Chris Paul meant to the Clippers, guys, not just on the floor, and that's pretty obvious. He's one of the best point guards in the league, if not the best. But it had more to do with the identity of the team. I think people took them seriously after that deal. And in fact, you know, in L.A., there was a budding rivalry between the Clippers and the Lakers for, you know, who was the city's best team. And that had never been a question before.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Bledsoe. Griffin is out there with Odom. Then it's Matt Barnes, and it's Crawford at the 2-guard spot. For so long, Steve, you know, it seemed that the Clippers were always the second fiddle, but with Chris Paul ending up there and not in a Laker uniform, it just changed the whole mindset, Clark, it seems, of the franchise.
And if you've had the tough breaks that the Clippers have had over the years, you know, one big moment or big player acquisition like a Chris Paul can really move your franchise in a totally different direction.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Guys, Evan Turner had a great college career at Ohio State, but his shooting stroke has held him back in the pros. He's worked with a, quote, shot doctor to revamp his shooting motion. He got started by shooting with one hand to feel the proper motion, with the guide hand interfering. Without the guide hand interfering. Turner said, I'm more comfortable with it. Mechanics was key. I get my shot off quicker nowadays. That definitely helps. Kevin, a necessary skill in the NBA.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris.
And a quick release helps. Tougher to close out, and it can get help with that backspin on the shot.
Here's Barnes. That's good.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Holiday against Paul. Turner passes to Young. The feed now to Richardson. Jacks up a three. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Well, you look at Vinny Del Negro, spent some time in the Phoenix Suns front office as a scout before moving on to the coaching ranks when he landed that first job with the Chicago Bulls.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Wright comes in for Evan Turner. And Nick Young is subbed in for Jason Richardson. The Clippers also changing it up. Odom comes in for Ronny Turiaf. And Caron Butler subbed in for Matt Barnes.
That's turning good defense into quick offense, Clark.
And that's the way to operate. Get up the court quickly. Don't waste any time. Whenever you have a chance to go fast.
Paul dishes to Jordan. Back to Paul. Inside. Takes the turnaround J. The shot no good.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And Wright kicks to Young. Back to Wright. Takes a three, and that one's good. Wright's got 6 points. And Steve, you go back to Vinny Del Negro, scout for the Suns prior to coaching. He was also in broadcasting.
Yeah, he's been around the game forever. A lifer. His father was a coach. It's in his blood. He actually grew up just outside of Springfield, Massachusetts, the home of the Hall of Fame. So Vinny, I guess, is just meant to be in basketball.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Now, not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all. Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
Andrew Bynum's checked in for the 76ers. Turner comes in for Drew Holiday. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Barnes comes in for Lamar Odom. Chauncey Billups is checked in for Jamal Crawford. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul.
You almost could see it happening, the Clippers being a playoff-bound team last year with the talent they brought in, and they actually made a splash in the playoffs.
Tough first-round matchup with the Grizzlies, and they had some injury scares in that one as well, Steve.
Yeah, but they were able to pull that series out in dramatic fashion, winning in Game 7 on the road before getting swept in round 2 by the Spurs. But all in all, a very, very successful year for the Clippers.
Now here's Turner, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Young gives him the lead pass, 13 feet away. Again, Philadelphia. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
And Butler, here we go. Bynum with the block. Here's Griffin, using his post move to get the 2 points.
Boy, both clubs really battling under the boards.
Yeah, and, Steve, the rebounding story really mirrors the game at large. I mean, it's been pretty much tit for tat, neck and neck.
Young's shot is off.
The defense got away with one there. I mean, usually he'll hurt you if you give him that kind of a shot.
Outside, Billups. Barnes kicks to Butler. Up in time. And he drains it.
Ooh-wee, Kevin. That was a big shot to extend their lead and send them into halftime with momentum.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. The Clippers on top, up 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Hello and welcome. We've got a great one underway at Wells Fargo Center. The Los Angeles Clippers in front against Philadelphia. With 2 quarters left to play, they've been an offensive juggernaut, scoring with impunity. A nice start for Caron Butler. His shooting percentage is right at the 60 mark. He is feeling it tonight. And for Philadelphia, they've really been battling. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. A nice contribution by Dorell Wright, giving them a lift. They've also been getting great help from Drew Holiday. That'll be all for us here at the studios as we head back to the start of the 3rd quarter with Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris. Thanks so much for joining me.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. 3rd quarter starting here now.
We've seen Butler doing his thing. He has 9 points, and he's nailed 3 from long range. That's 9 points from deep.
Well, I like that he's not hesitating to pull the trigger. I mean, if he's got room, he's going to take the shot. He's putting some fear in this defense.
Holiday out there with Richardson. Then it's Young. Then there's Andrew Bynum. And it's Turner in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Young's shot is off.
Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss. What you love about Thaddeus Young out of Georgia Tech is the small ball 4 position that he plays. He's so quick and active that he's a nightmare for opposing power forwards to cover. But he's long enough to defend bigger players at the other end of the floor.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey guys, an amusing side note from last season was the quote "got 'em" game, which arose on Clippers team flights thanks to DeAndre Jordan. He began taking pictures of any teammates or even coaches who he caught sleeping on the flight and posting them on Twitter. As the game caught on, even DeAndre himself fell victim. He tried his best to stay awake, but all it took was a short 15-minute nap, and when he woke with a start, he looked at Blake Griffin, who said nothing, but merely smiled and nodded. Got him. Kevin?
Well, it sounds like fun, Doris, but the coaches might not think so. The players need their sleep. And Thaddeus Young, great in transition, and able to drive and finish at the rim.
Yeah, I really like his improvement and how he's developed as a player. He's tough for most big men to stay in front of. He's got the nice left-handed stroke, which I think keeps guys off balance a bit. And he really brings high energy and scoring punch off the bench.
Here's Paul. After the made shot from Evan Turner. Griffin a screen on Holiday. Puts up a 3. And again, Chris Paul for 3. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Now here is Holiday. He has 6. Bynum guarded by Jordan. Shot from a low block. Bynum, no good.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside. Just like most of the teams in the East, the 76ers didn't have an easy time of things when they faced Western Conference opponents. Just 7-11 against the Western Conference last year.
And Holiday kicks to Bynum. Can't hit, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Paul goes in over Young, and it's Paul missing. And you look at when those losses came, it was a part of the problem for Philadelphia as they lost their lead in the Atlantic last year. They lost a lot of games late, and they had a real difficult home schedule, Steve, as you might recall in February. One good team after another marching into Philly.
Yeah, after that quick start, they really faded down the stretch, but they were able to follow that up with a good playoff run. So a roller coaster ride for Doug Collins and his club.
Here's Butler after the made shot from Evan Turner. 5 on the clock. Backing down is Jordan. The jump hook, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. 1:35 left to play in the third. Holiday, the pass to Richardson. The kick out to Holiday. Kicks it to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And Holiday kicks to Richardson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Now it's just a 3-point Clipper lead.
And you see Doug Collins, coach of the Sixers, real veteran in this league. He's had coaching stops in Chicago, Detroit, Washington, and now Philadelphia.
Paul with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Paul against Holiday. From deep. And again, no good by the Clippers. And for the terrific Doug Collins, 10 years in all as an NBA head coach, leading his team to the playoffs in 7 of those seasons.
And at every stop, Kevin, the Collins teams have improved defensively. And it's been no different with the Sixers. They had a 14-win improvement in his first season. And, of course, last year they continued to improve. Took Boston to 7 games in the conference semifinals. So this team has really made dramatic strides under Doug Collins.
Paul with the bucket.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Richardson kicks to Holiday. The runner. And again, it's Philadelphia. Paul outside. Hits the target from 18 feet. Paul's got 12 points here in the second half.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Clippers lead by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke at the report. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, today's uncontainable game goes to Chris Paul. Without a doubt, he has been the big difference maker for his team, coming up with timely play over and over again. Coach has to be ecstatic with his performance.
Thank you, Doris. But, Clark, we've come to expect these kinds of efforts from him now, haven't we?
He simply knows how to seize the day, partner.
And that's what he's done in this one, guys. I mean, it's exactly what this club needed.
So with Billups on the bench, here's who's on the floor now for Vinny Del Negro. Turiev out there with Odom. Then it's Crawford. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Barnes in at the 3.
Both of these teams have really stepped it up offensively.
You know what, Steve? They haven't missed a chance, and I think both teams really know what's at stake on every possession here.
Now, here is Young. And that is good.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Odom kicks to Crawford.
Boy, that's a shocking miss. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor, and the defense was nowhere to be found.
Holiday goes in. Over Barnes. Shot is no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Odom dishes to Crawford. Crawford left side. 6 to shoot. It's blocked. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Some changes for Philadelphia. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Young. Turner comes in for Darrell Wright. And it's Richardson in for Nick Young. Paul goes in, and the shot is good. Paul's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's such a clutch player, too. Relishes these big moments with the clock winding down, and games up for grabs. That's when he tends to want the ball and create something, and more often than not, deliver.
And he's really one of the most heads-up defenders you'll see, too. I mean, you've got to take care of the ball when you're around him. Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
And the dunk by Jordan. And the Clippers lead by 5. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Knocked loose. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Leads him in there. Griffin. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Boy, they were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
Now here is Holiday. Bynum sets a screen for Holiday. Clock at 6. Over Paul. Here's Bynum. Jams it straight down.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down hard.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Vinny Del Negro had to say to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Boy, he's been so cool out there, composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
And so here is Philadelphia. They trail by 7. Now the pass to Turner. Over Butler. The shot by Turner, no good.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Clippers leading by 7. And here is Paul. Paul gets a screen from Billups. Steps back and fires. Chris Paul again. Paul's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Chris Paul has got that hot hand going.
Bynum guarded by Jordan. Bynum kicks to Holiday. Dishes it to Young. Griffin on him. Puts up the baby hook. Young's shot is off. The Clippers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Paul passes to Griffin. Outside for Jordan. Back to Griffin. 3 on 3. And Holiday kicks to Young. And a big-time jam right there.
That's a big boy dunk right there. Grown man sledgehammer dunk.
That was a violent attack on the rim.
Oh, man, was it ever.
Now here's Billups. He passes to Paul. Paul is doubled. Turner comes with the double team. Butler defended by Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul kicks to Griffin. Lots of room. The rebound by Turner.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Paul against Holiday. It's Richardson on the wing. Latrey connects from downtown. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And an intentional foul right there.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this one is far from over. If they can get a quick score here and then a fast foul as well.
Tell you what, free throws become tougher with the game on the line, so a few missed ones here, and they could get right back in.
So the Clippers with the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Chris Paul.